Steps to Hope is Polk County's domestic violence and sexual assault prevention and treatment center. For all victims of domestic violence or sexual assault in this community, there is help, order, protection, and encouragement. Hope.
Steps to Hope got its beginnings over 30 years ago. There was a business women's group in the community. They wanted to do something that could make a difference in their community, and their research led them to believe that in spite of the fact that we are not a real big county and we are rural, there is as much domestic violence here, unfortunately, as there is, say, in a big city. And so what we do is, based on all that they learned and all that they've striven to do, I don't have to run a capital campaign to make this place successful, fortunately, because the buildings are here, they're in place. My mandate now is to go forward and do more and more outreach and more education in the community, and that's what I see us doing over the next several years. My goal for me would be to put us out of business because there's no more domestic violence, but I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, it's just there. It's part of the community. It's part of the country we live in and the life we lead these days, which is hectic and crazy, and people get in trouble. And so we just need to have places like this to be able to help them.
Steps to Hope has many services available for everybody to take advantage of, including a 24-hour helpline for crisis intervention and assistance for anyone whenever it is needed, an emergency shelter available for abuse victims and their families to have a safe place to stay and make new arrangements for their future, support groups and education programs, family mediation classes coordinated with the SS, and court advocacy, assisting victims through the court processes. There are also services for the public, such as adolescent skills building karate group for adolescent boys and girls, community education, including presentations at schools for safe dating, shifting boundaries, and internet safety, public awareness presentations and workshops, resource library, including videos, pamphlets, and brochures, and support groups and educational programs for all kinds of groups, including women victims, male and female abuser, women to women groups, and more. If you would like to take advantage of these services, you can call 828-894-2340 to get immediate help with the helpline 24/7 or to sign up for classes during work hours. If you would like to support the cause to help get rid of domestic violence and sexual abuse in the community, feel free to make a donation in person or send it to Steps to Hope Incorporated, P.O. Box 518, Columbus, North Carolina 28722. Or you can help by donating gently used items to the Second Chance thrift store or by simply shopping there. This helps out tremendously considering almost half of Steps to Hope's operating capital is provided by the Second Chance thrift store.
My name's Edith Lance, and I'm manager of the Second Chance thrift store in Columbus, North Carolina. We have 4 part-time employees, and the rest of our staff is volunteers who come in and who work. They work every day. They volunteer a 3-hour shift. Our proceeds, or our money we receive, goes to Steps to Hope for funding for the programs that they offer, and we depend entirely on the community for donations. We also do pickups. When people call, we will send our truck out and pick up donations.
If you would like to make a donation, you can drop your items off at the Steps to Hope headquarters, the Second Chance thrift store, or call 828-894-2373 to schedule a pickup. The Second Chance thrift store is always receiving gently used products to sell, including clothing, books, games, furniture, appliances, electronics, jewelry, and much more. So check back often and take advantage of the great deals they provide.
We provide shelter and help for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault, and we try to get our message out to people so that they'll know how to contact us easily. We have a website, but it is a work in progress. We're also on Facebook.
Steps to Hope has been helping people for 30 years and enjoys widespread community support. Because of this, the agency will be here for many years to come.
I really enjoy being affiliated with this organization. I love the work they do with the community to help women and men improve their lives. Just a great place to come.
The staff is devoted to helping the community any way it can. They have the resources to help anybody in need. All you need to do is ask.
Steps to Hope wants to create a community that's free from the violence of domestic and sexual abuse, And we do this through education and advocacy and trying to give the victims assistance wherever we can. We operate a shelter for the victims of abuse, and this is for women and their children. And if we should happen to have a man come to us for assistance, because it does happen, we will find them a place to stay and help them do the same things that we would do with a woman, which is come up with an action plan and a safety plan and a way to just start forward in their lives and make it a better life for themselves.